All right, what's up, people? It's Terminator Juice. You see this right here? So, yeah, I want to do a little unboxing and do like a full unboxing in impressions and stuff. But I want to hopefully get like 10 people in here before. I know Muhammad was in the chat. Hopefully he's still here. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the process of buying a ninth gen console and how I ended up with the Series X sitting here, and yeah, I'm also checking something to the right. I do want to start off non-gaming related, and I got to I'm gonna have to share my screen here. Let me get into OBS. All right. For those of you movie fans, if you're not following along with the whole Zack Snyder's Justice League, you don't know anything about it. Let's make that disappear. Then I don't expect everybody to be like know everything about it, but this is an unheard of thing where he's getting a chance to make the Justice League movie we were supposed to get in 2017 4 hours long, and it looks amazing. So this is the Darkseid Steppenwolf little teaser. I just wanted to start with this because this just got me hyped. I'm sorry if you watch this and you're like meh, then I almost just gotta say you're a DC hater. If this doesn't get you amped up to watch this movie, then you just must not like DC, and because this shit looks good. So let's just watch this real quick. And there's no audio, so that's fine. I don't know why though. Go into the settings here real quick. I don't know why I keep switching. See if this works. There you go.
This world
That's definitely designed sick, man. Especially compared to the theatrical cut trash.
No protectors here.
And this is just a Twitter
This world
video.
will fall. Like all the others.
That's a menacing threat right there.
For
And then
Darkseid.
Darkseid is even more badass, I
I
think.
have turned 100,000 worlds to dust.
It's just some epic shit.
When this
It's
world
just
is
epic.
scorched,
Comes out next Thursday,
of
HBO Max.
existence shall be mine.
Like that. That's so good. The stakes look real. Like really real. The Wonder Woman one's pretty awesome. Like, show them your fear. We have no fear. It's just good stuff. Let me click on actual. No, it's Justice League, the real Justice League. Figured you be ignorant to it. A lot of people don't know like what's really going on. So his movie got stolen from him. His daughter committed suicide. He was having trouble. The studio wanted a 2-hour cut of a 4-hour movie that was, instead of being 2 parts, they wanted it cut into one movie, and then it had to be 2 hours long. And then they brought in Josh Whedon behind his back to start changing stuff, and then they reshot like 70% of the movie. And what we got in the theaters was 2 hours long, and of those 2 hours, maybe, it's hard to say for sure, 25 minutes of it were actually what Zack Snyder shot, and the rest was what Josh Whedon
These boxes
reshot.
will get inside you and
Look at
find
the
your
cyborg.
weaknesses and your
We got
fears.
nothing like this in the actual movie.
Take your place among the brave ones.
The music. Then the composer guy left because he was like,
not alone.
and I think they fired him. Yeah, we don't need your lame opinions in here, Ibsters, if you're just gonna be negative. This movie looks to be, hopefully it turns out to be good, but it looks to be the movie DC fans, DC deserved.
Double in his army, you know.
The world is broken.
This is the only
And it's shot in IMAX, and he's not cropping it. because the only way to make it widescreen is to cut the top and bottom off.
Don't engage alone.
A lot of the shots were
Do
made,
this together.
as you can see. Yeah, you could cut this scene down, but the previous scene, like, what would you chop here? I mean, this is how it was filmed, and this is how it was framed, and you know, you're getting the full image. People think they're cutting the image. No, they're not cutting the sides. The widescreen version would be from like here up, so you'd be seeing just this, which, you know, it'd still work, but I'm excited.
Do this together.
Let's see what we got here. We got 3 people. I was just trying to talk about this while I waited for some more people to join. I know it's just an unboxing, it's not that exciting, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped. The Flash looks pretty solid. These are just little mini trailers for each character. The Batman one, though, is the best. Like to me, if you've ever been a fan of Batman, superheroes, or
I heard
anything,
about you. Didn't think you were real.
like this trailer right here was like,
Hate is useless.
I
Holy
will come
shit.
for my great prize.
If you want the Batman, here is something that can help you.
I have a stake in this world, and it's time I started fighting for it.
I love this part when he comes out of the.
I spent a lot of time trying to divide us. I need to bring us together.
And I don't hate the MCU,
Make this
but
right.
most of those movies are kind of throwaway, forgettable. I liked Infinity War, but I thought, to be honest with you, I thought Endgame was pretty average to below average. I thought the story was lame. I thought the time travel mechanic was lame. The cheat they did, and I thought the end sequence was poorly shot. There's a lot going on. It was just nonsense. And the woman empowerment, so forced, so out of left field. Like, instead of it happening naturally, it was just it just felt like Disney's like, well, we got to have a pro women are strong, thing in this movie, and they slapped it in instead of it just being organic. And writing it into the movie from the beginning, it just felt really forced, and I didn't think it was handled. I didn't think it was done well. It was kind of pointless, and I think it kind of actually had the opposite effect. I know some people probably loved it, but to me, it was copyright audio. Oh no, that's one thing I don't like about streaming and stuff, is that they're trying to get as many people to subscribe to HBO Max as possible. Like, it's streaming services like the lowest end, and everybody and their brother did reaction videos to it, and it's like, oh, we've detected copyrighted audio in your stream, whatever. And it's like, seriously, like, it's not the movie, it's the trailer. Like, you want as many people to see this because it's only on HBO Max, and it's in the US. And anyway, it looks like we're still good. So, but yeah, let's go back to this. As you can see, this is real. This isn't fake. It's still sealed. Power your dreams, baby. Power your dreams. Mohammed, you here? So, I've had this in my house for a week now, and I actually ordered it 2 weeks ago. What movie in the whole Marvel fandom would you recommend to start me off? I mean, watch Man of Steel if you like Man of Steel. Watch DC. Watch Iron Man if you like that. Watch Marvel. But a lot of Marvel movies are aimed to please everyone, kids and everyone, which isn't terrible, but, they have to censor themselves, and you just get a diluted product, in my opinion. I like Ant-Man's, the 2 Ant-Man movies I love. Winter Soldier's great, but Man of Steel, I didn't like it the first time I watched it, but now over the years, I've grown to love it. And Batman vs. Superman is actually my favorite of the superhero movies of this modern era. Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2, is still one of the best, though. Oh, what's not real? And the fact that, you know, it's like the Nintendo community. The DC movies and DC fans kind of take a lot of crap because it's not the popular thing. Well, the Switch is popular now, but it's like the Wii U era for that's what DC's at right now. But anyway, we got some people here. So 2 weeks ago, I woke up early. Target was doing a PlayStation 5 drop. I've been following this guy. He's kind of a tool. I don't really like Jake Randall's his name. And the reason I call him a tool is because he tweets out, gets info. He has sources that let him know when places are going to have PS5s and Xbox Series X and S's. So he helps people by tweeting that, but then he goes and says, well, I don't do it. I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm not doing it, you know, for myself. I want just to see everyone get a new system. Yet the dude gained like 100,000 subscribers, and during his live stream, he just, oh, thank you for that $50 donation. If you're just doing it for you or for us, and you're not doing it for you, then why would you have donations turned on, dude? It's just so fake. But anyway, you gotta follow these people if you want to get a system. You gotta follow some people on Twitter so you get notified. So I knew about the Target one a week in advance. I was literally on my phone on the PlayStation 5. Oh, it's live. Hit add to cart. Nothing happened. Hit add, mess with it for 10 minutes. It finally proceeded to check out. Payment. I did the payment option. I went through PayPal. It's what he said to do. And go to checkout. Error. I go look. Shows in stock in my store. And for like 10 minutes, I watched that go from in stock to 11 to 10 to 8 to 6 to 4 to 3 to 1. And then all the surrounding stores, same thing. And I was so bummed out. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm done after this. Well, I get to work and I get a tweet. Xbox Series X available on Best Buy. And I buy a lot on Best Buy. So I get on Best Buy. I hit add to cart. I get a little spinning wheel for 30 seconds. Then it says, goes back to hit add to cart again. It says proceed to checkout or go to cart. So I go to the cart. There it is. Proceed to checkout. Pick my payment option. And I'm like, this is just going to tell me not available. Click it. Boom. I get an email. Oh, from my bank. $529 has been charged to your MasterCard. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I bought an Xbox Series X. And I could tell you I wasn't excited. I didn't think it was going to go through. And so I was like, it said it was going to be available the following Friday. And I was just like, all right. Pros and cons list, put it together. What reason am I going to keep this? And I was struggling because I literally had just put, in the last 2 months, I put over $700 into my PC. I bought a graphics card upgrade. It was used, but it's pretty much on par with the Series X minus the ray tracing, whatever ray tracing it can do. Because Forza Horizon 4, 4K native, 60 frames per second locked, car models set to the highest, world detail set to the second highest. Looks beautiful. So I'm just like, man, if this had happened 2 months ago, I'd be thrilled. Now I got to make a decision. So I've been debating. That's why it isn't open. I got the email that it was in stock on Wednesday night, and I went and picked it up Thursday last week. And I'm just like, all right, what's the pros? I don't really need it, but I can play Rocket League in the comfort of my living room, a really good version of Rocket League. And then I was like, well, I wouldn't mind trying the Minecraft ray tracing, for Robert. And I'm surprised none of the Juice Loose guys are here. Before I go any further, let me see if they realize, because I was hoping at least Robert would be here for reasons. And I'm going to post this and then I was like, well, I wouldn't mind trying the Minecraft. Post this in a few places, just in case. But Muhammad posted a comment first thing, and I don't see him. But anyway, so some of the cons were, like I said, I just invested in my PC. Go away. Oh, you can't see my desktop, so never mind. And most of the games that are on Xbox are available on PC through Windows Store. So I was like, man, I don't know. And then, I'm not that excited about the controller. I like the Xbox One controller, but I've had issues with the A button, 4 different controllers now. I just had to live with it in Rocket League. It actually affects me playing the game, but what can you do? It's just the design. If I press it once, sometimes it double taps, and in Rocket League, that's death. If you're trying to make a save and you double tap and backflip instead of doing an aerial. But anyway, so I was really debating back and forth. I have a HDMI 2.1 capable TV at the LG C9. It's a perfect fit for that. So I was just debating, and then I picked up something else to go kind of along with it that I was like, all right, I'm gonna do an unboxing now. So, but the other thing I just want to talk about, because I was gonna try to do a little skit, but I didn't have time. Just got to work, got something to eat, and I had to start this. But I see some particular person in particular always talk about how the Switch is a 9th gen console. I don't know if anybody's ever seen my white and black Switch. And it's like, I was going to do a little skit where I was going to be talking about, hey, I'm going to unbox a 9th gen console for the first time. And I was going to have like, what's that Switch? Oh, you're a 9th gen console too? And I was like, whatever you want to believe, honey, whatever you want to believe. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Because honestly, I feel like the Switch is a 6th gen handheld. It's not a 9th gen console. It's not a console. It's a handheld that you can also put in a dock and play on your TV. Like, it's Nintendo's. It's the world's most powerful handheld by far. It's definitely that. It's just not I don't give a shit the technicality of it. This to me is not Nintendo's console. It's their main device, but it's not a dedicated home console. So maybe if they do another Switch, then it's just going to be that from now on, and then it's going to be hard to like really say what it is, because the 3DS was their 5th gen console. This follows up the 3DS in more ways than it follows up the Wii U in a lot of ways. So it's like, is it really a 9th gen system? And the fact that it'd probably be 2 more generations before Nintendo's at this level, to me, I think it's going to be 2. I'd be surprised if it's 1. Yeah, I worked hard on that thumbnail. I got to give credit Meza T. I had posted some options of thumbnails, and he moved the hand because I was from a different video, and he basically did what I ended up doing, but he pulled it from Hangout, so the picture was tiny, and to make it even a decent size, it got all pixelated. So I just replicated it as best I could, and I just wanted to see if I could. Honestly, I haven't really I got Paint.net. I don't have Photoshop, but I wanted to see if I could replicate it, and I feel pretty good about that. So it was just kind of the thing I wanted to test myself, and he had an excellent template for me to follow. I basically copied it almost to the T. So thanks to Meza T. But yeah, we've been 18 minutes in. Jesus. All right. So that's one thing I was going to say to Robert too, is, who uses scissors? This is just a cheap ass, one of the knives you can break off when it gets dull on the tip. Then you break, it has edges or little segments that you break off, and you get a nice sharp tip. But I was really hoping Mohammed would be here to see this, and I don't know how much time I want to give him. He's not putting anything in the chat. I don't know if did this stream get blocked? Because I haven't really... Well, you did. Be Wild just chat it, because I did play the Justice League stuff, and it gave me a warning. So hopefully it's not shut down. Let me double check that. Wouldn't be shocked, but it's like, I'm promoting the fucking Justice League. You're trying to get as many people to sign up for HBO Max. Now it's going, so... Anyway, we'll get this going. I gotta get so I can see myself a little bit bigger. because I have it really small right now. Oh yeah, before I do that, I got a new controller. It's an Elite. Some would say it's an Elite controller. It was pricey, but I figured I'm gonna do it. And also, one of the other pros was, world's most powerful console right here. It's like it's hard to. Oh, it's down here. Let me grab this new controller I bought. Show you guys. Yeah, right here. This Elite controller. I'm gonna open up on DualSense, boys. DualSense, boys. So yeah, this is the real unboxing. I know no one cares, but this is Mizz Xbox Series X, and this is what I'm opening right now. So I got it. I tried really hard. Robert from Gaming With Me, I had to give him my Walmart login and password. He's got the technique. He's got it down. And wow, I just dropped a couple viewers, so Muhammad just bailed. But yeah, so this is the real thing. This thing's massive. I'm just going to open up, check out the controller, try to get the console out. I don't know how I'm going to frame this at all, so you guys can see it, but sorry to you Xbox guys. I just figured I was never going to have two brand new systems sitting here at the same time. It was a perfect opportunity. I thought I would try to fool some people. So yeah, I might have to move this Xbox out of the view. But yeah, I'm really happy that Robert came through for me. Let me put this down here, because I wasn't having any luck and I was getting frustrated. And I don't know if it's just his technique or the fact he's in New York in the server, closer to the servers or something, because he's had really good luck getting PS5. So anybody actually think I was going to open an Xbox Series X? Oh, it's right on top too. So this is kind of surreal. And the crazy thing is, this is the earliest I've ever owned a non-Nintendo system after launch. It's usually 3 years after launch or longer. So there we go. Joy-Con boys. Here's the Elite, the real Elite. Damn, that feels nice. That's a nice feeling controller. That's really nice. I like the triggers without the adaptive. I really like how they feel. It's really comfortable. And it won't work for me for Rocket League because that muscle memory, I can't. I might try it though. I might try to get used to it. All the best players use PS4 PS4 controller. So yeah, I might buy a little. Put a blue instead of the black. I do like black and white though. You see my Switch. This is my Switch. Let me see if I can show you my computer. You can kind of see it. My computer's all black and white with some colors. Oops. Let me grab that real quick. Drop the webcam. There we go. It's actually pointed down, which works out. But yeah, no one got anything to say in the chat. I like the weight to it. Yeah, that feels nice. The touchpad's is quite a bit different than the DualShock. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'll be playing some Astro's Playroom later. Yeah, what do we got? Quick start guide. I'm gonna need the HDMI. Oh, there's the stand. Power cord. It's a nice beefy HDMI cable. So it is a USB Type A. on one end and C on the other. I wasn't quite sure if that was going to be type C on both ends. So if anybody's wondering why I did the thumbnail with the Xbox, I just thought it'd be fun because I thought it was pretty fortunate. I ended up having the Series X I'm sending to T, and the PlayStation 5 got delivered at the same time, within the same time period. So I was like, let me try to do something fun with it. This wasn't, the original date was April 23rd, and then it dropped to April 16th, and that's what it said until 2 days ago. It said shipped. Like, it went from April 16th to shipped on March 9th, and it arrived today. I don't want to drop this, so. And you're going to hear me say it's huge. This is like, it's just weird. I've never owned a non-Nintendo system this early in its life, so. And I've never seen one of these in person. So this is it. This is the first time. And I do prefer the white and black. I've seen people do the all blackout. Someone in the chat said you forgot the arrows for that thumbnail. What do you mean the arrows? There it is. It's not, I mean, it's big. I like it though. I really like the shape. I like the white and black, as you can, like I said, my truck is white and black. My PC is white and black. My Switch is white and black. So, let me get this stand out. I mean, it's big. There's no doubt about it, but I had spent last night making sure I had to remove a shelf and make sure my entertainment stand was going to, there's the screw, was going to have room, and then I made it so I'd have cutouts for the cable and the power cable and stuff. So I'm going to put the stand on it because I have a cat. I don't want her rubbing up. Oh, a big arrow pointing at something. Well, my finger was pointing at something. I have no idea how this goes, to tell you the truth. So there's a little cap. I feel like that goes in here. This thing's pretty heavy. That Series X box is heavy too, because I made that thumbnail. I was holding it up forever to take, different photos. I know the Xbox, you just set it down. You just set it on the table, and it's. I didn't bring a screwdriver either. It's like, oh God, you have to put a screw in. Oh no. What will I do? So we got 9 people here. Someone just joined. I'm just waiting for play my PS4 backlog on PS5. Yeah, I'm waiting. I've been waiting to play Days Gone, and I've been trying to pick up Ghost of Tsushima, but it's back up to 60. So I just picked up Tearaway because I made Robert a deal. I said, if you give me a PS5, I'll pick up Tearaway. I don't have a screwdriver here. This is not going, but anyway. Okay, so a couple people just joined. This is the real unboxing. Got my new router and my Elite controller. I can see the chat. Got the Elite controller right here. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pumped. The main reason for me, let me just be serious for a second. I just upgraded my PC. The Series X is such a minimal upgrade over. It's barely even. I can't even think of a similar thing to compare it to, because I was like, I want to say it's a smaller, from my PC to the Series X is basically a smaller gap than PS3 to 360. It's a smaller gap than the Super NES and the Genesis. It's a smaller gap than the Wii or the Switch portable and handheld, or portable and docked. I mean, it's tiny. They're almost identical power level. So for me to spend $530 to basically make my PC obsolete, because why am I going to play games on my PC that are the Windows games that I have, my Xbox Game Pass games and stuff, when I have the Series X? So basically my $700 I just spent on my PC becomes thrown away, other than the podcast. If Rocket League becomes my new, if the Series X becomes my new place to play Rocket League, then literally I don't have a reason to turn my PC on. So I was like, it just doesn't make sense right now. And there's no I'm playing the medium, and it's just not, it's nothing special. And I, after the state of play and watching the Returnal 3-minute gameplay trailer, when I see a game that sparks my interest like that, almost every time it ends up being a game I really like. Control was one recent, in the last few years. When I finally watched the gameplay, I was like, that looks pretty good. When I finally watched Hellblade gameplay, I was like, I think I'd like that. And then I end up liking it. So I really want to play Returnal. Hopefully it's a good game. I'm definitely going to check out reviews and stuff. I'm not just going to pre-order it or pay $70 if it's a 5-hour game. But if it's a meaty experience, the combat, the gameplay looks really, really good. Visually, I like the art direction. It reminds me of Metroid, reminds me of Aliens, reminds me of Resident Evil. So I'm excited to play that. That comes out April 30th. I was hoping to have the PS5 before then so I could see if I'm going to play through Days Gone as much as I can. I got an hour into it. I wasn't blown away, but I'm going to give it a fair shot. And I picked up Tearaway because, like I said, I told Robert if he gets me the PS5, I would buy the game because he's been talking about it for over a year, how good it is. So I said I'd give it a try. You give me that PS5, I will buy Tearaway. So I have it already. It showed up today. It was like $18. I'm thinking about picking up Dreams and some Ghost of Tsushima. I'm thinking that might be a PlayStation Plus game and by summer. So I'm waiting on that one. Also, I just signed up for PlayStation Plus because I do want to try Final Fantasy VII because I did like the demo, but I didn't think it was worth buying, and I didn't like. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it, T. I think I did pretty good setting it up, but yeah, I got her unboxed. Got my Elite controller right here. I really like it. I mean, it's big. It's definitely big looking at it now. I love the black and white. Like I've been saying, I got my little baby 9th gen system right here, which I was talking about. I don't truly look at this as a 9th gen system. That's a 6th gen hard handheld. But yeah, I got my PC is black and white themed with RGB colors. My Switch is black and white themed. My truck is black and white themed, and now my PS4 or PS5 and my main Rocket League controller is black and white as well. So I like that color scheme. I can't wait to hook this up and play some Astro's Playroom, get some Immortals going, 60 frames per second with those beautiful visuals. Continue on that. Then I'll install Days Gone. I'm gonna try the Resident Evil Village demo, and yeah. So hopefully, I know there's been some issues. I hope I've been pretty lucky with consoles over the years. Hopefully that holds true. And yeah, thanks again to Robert though. He hooked me up. He gets on the app and he just spams the add to cart till it goes, and then he waited till the 10 minutes till it does the restock to check out at the cart right away at the moment that it's back up, and he's 3 times now he's gotten it. So I don't want to say he'll get it for you, but maybe, if you trust him with your password, just have your information in there, your payment and your address, maybe he'd be willing. I mean, you can ask him. Maybe he could start charging for it. So anyway, so yeah, 9th gen, baby. And T, since you're here, I have the box prepared. I will get her in there. I know you're gonna be gone on vacation, but get her all sealed up, and once you let me know. I think it's gonna be a 3-day delivery, so a couple days before you're gonna be home, let me know, and I'll take her to the UPS store. But it's cool having it here. It's cool having the PlayStation and Xbox together. And I'm gonna include a couple bonus things, T. You'll see. Don't get too excited. It's nothing nothing exciting, but so yeah, I'm just happy right now. We'll see. I just watched a video a couple of days ago. A guy, he's had 3 issues now. His PS5, he says, making noise. He had one controller stop working, or the trigger broke, and now he has a controller that no longer gets recognized by the system. And he was ranting about it, which is, that happens. But if this becomes a major problem, I'm not sitting here oblivious to it. But at the same time, I weighed my options. The PS5 this year has some games. Hopefully Horizon Forbidden West comes out, but also I'm gonna get the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, the whatever it's called, the Wilds or whatever, Frozen Wilds. It's with PlayStation Plus now. I can get that DLC for like $5. PS5 doesn't add anything to Horizon, which that's the one downside, is that they're a little slow to these games. It will smooth out if there's any frame rate issues, which I don't think Horizon really did have any frame rate issues. But like Control, I'd be curious, because I don't have the Ultimate Edition, but at the very least, via backwards compatibility, I'd be curious if Control gets completely cleaned up frame rate wise, because it does have dips and stutters on the PS4 Pro. And the other thing is, I looked at PS4 Pros on eBay, and they're going between $250 and $300 in good condition. So I'm thinking marketplace, I'll put $300 a best offer. If I can get $260, $280 would be nice. Then PS5 was like $200. Let's see, $280, $580, or $300. Would be $380. So yeah, it'd be $250 basically. $250 to upgrade to the PS5. So I figured that's a pretty good deal. My 1S, my buddy gave it to me. I wouldn't feel right selling it, and it's not worth anything anyway. I probably couldn't even get $100 for it the last I looked. So, and I like it as my Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray player on a 1080p projector. It's the only 4K player. Well, I have the PlayStation 5 now, which is a better 4K Blu-ray player than the Xbox Series X. It just has better black levels. It's not much, but it's definitely the superior version. But so anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here, go hook this thing up, and start installing a few games and checking out Astro's Playroom. And I'm gonna post on Twitter, on my phone actually. I took some photos of all the boxes. In one, in a row in my theater room. And it's yeah, I got one, and I feel really good about it. I was kind of getting down. I could live without it, but at the same time, once I had my mind made up, like I said, I really am intrigued by Returnal. I hope it turns out to be a good game. It looks, gameplay wise, it looks right up my alley. So yeah, any questions? Anybody want to call me a pony? Surprised nobody. Muhammad was the first one to chat, and he hasn't been here in the chat since. So I'm curious. If he bailed when he saw that I was unboxing the PS5. It'd be kind of funny actually. So I'm just going to post on Twitter. The cat's out of the bag. The 9th gen. When's Nintendo going to have a true 9th gen capable machine? Like I said, do you guys think the next system will be close to PS5, or do you think it's going to be 2 generations from now? Anyone have any thoughts? Yeah, he was here. He said, "Juice, you finally have seen the light. Xbox is the best box." And then he left. He didn't comment, so he might not have been here. Yeah, I'll upload some Astros. I'll give. Yeah, he probably fell asleep. I just posted I'm gonna post these to Twitter, but if somebody hasn't watched the video, then it's gonna I'm gonna have to wait. Because somebody could watch the replay thinking, all right, he's gonna unbox the Xbox, and I didn't. I just thought it'd be funny. Like I said, what other chance would I have to have the Series X and the PS5 in the house at the same time when the Series X isn't for me? It'll be base PS4. What'll be base PS4? Did I miss something? Do I have somebody blocked that's chatting? Oh, you mean the next system? Okay. Yep. I think it'll be like visually you'll see it'll be around base PS4. Obviously the CPU I would expect to be better, so you might see base PS4 visuals with 60 frames per second. It's crazy to think like that. To me, that's the best case. That's like almost the best case scenario. PS4 level visuals with 60 frames per second for a system that's going to come out in 2 years. Probably that would be 2023. That's literally 10 years after the PS4. That's crazy. I'm literally thinking that's best case scenario. PS4 Pro, there's some definitely some benefits visually for 4K TVs. So I would be disappointed if it's not between PS4 and PS4 Pro, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to just base PS4. So with Nintendo, man, I think at this point, if you've seen the Apex Legends visuals, it's like, why even bother? Like, if you're not playing against Switch players, you have no chance. You have literally no chance against somebody on Series X or PS5. Like, the draw distance, the 60 frames per second, if you're, you just have no chance with tiny little blurry pixels on, Yeah, that's a good point, Brebe. Nintendo will never be at parity with other systems, which might be a good thing since they can't get games out now. They're struggling to get games out for the Switch. I think it's because of the Switch's low power. I think it's because of the difficulty they like 60 frames per second games, and they haven't really. There's been some, obviously. Smash Ultimate looks amazing. Luigi's Mansion looks amazing, but it's 30 frames per second, which is fine. But Nintendo's used to 60 frames per second games, and they just really haven't been able to. And I kind of think like that's holding up some of the decisions. Should we put out a new Donkey Kong? This is just me completely guessing, assuming. But can we get out a new Donkey Kong that looks like a next-gen version over Tropical Freeze, or is it going to basically look exactly the same? I don't know. Who knows what the real reason? I don't know, man. Apex, it's got big open areas. I don't know. I that's what I expected it to look like. It is a little bit lower than, like a Doom or something. But even Doom Eternal has big areas. It's not that big open area. And the resolution's not even. It's below 720p docked, and handheld's like 500p, so it looks okay, I guess. But it's just, look at this thing. Literally, I can't see myself. We know what it is, and it's getting games it shouldn't be getting, even at the compromises. Skyforge, I think, is another free-to-play that looks absolutely terrible, runs terrible, glitchy as hell. Hellblade in portable mode to me is It's unplayable. Let me bring up. I think I have a photo of it. I just gotta remember where it's at. I took a screenshot on the Switch in portable mode. And then when you view it on a bigger screen, it's pretty staggering. I might have deleted it. I mean, it's so bad. It looked a little bit better on the portable screen. These are PC. Yeah, this is PC. Where did I put those? Because I posted them, and I can't remember what folder they're in. That was the Hellblade PC. I thought maybe I'd try there. I had Switch. Maybe it's here. Yeah, I think I found it. Where is it at? Okay, let me switch the screen. This is literal handheld mode. I don't know how well that's coming across. I don't know if I can zoom in. This was captured in handheld mode. This is the main character. As blurry as you can get. I mean, this is some most pixelated N64 looking foliage. Like, it's just, in dock mode, it ain't bad. I will say in dock mode, especially, you know what? I have not looked up how Apex, watch Switch Up's video. Pretty good. But this is docked photo mode. So this is the game. This is if the game could run at 720p without dropping resolution and with the textures, everything all without, popping in and stuff. Like this is, oh wait, that's PC. Sorry. This is another handheld. Wow. I thought for a second that I did take some photo mode ones. You can just tell by the size of the picture. So this is what the game looks like in docked photo mode. So foliage doesn't look the best. Character does look way better. So this isn't photo mode. This is just the game. I mean, this gets a lot blurrier, and it's not like this is PC. I don't know how I thought this was Switch, but this was on my old graphics card too. So, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to hook up this beast. Not the world's most powerful console, but for me, the Series X is almost the most pointless console for me because I just put this money in the PC and the library is very similar. I don't know if the Bethesda games are going to be on the PC Game Pass. I bought two Bethesda games my entire life, Doom and Doom Eternal. So I don't really care about the Bethesda games, but I will get a Series X once there's a game. It just needs one game that I just have to play. That's only available on that, which may never happen because I have my PC. But we'll see. But anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'm gonna go hook this tower right here up, and I'll post some screenshots and some videos once I get it all figured out, get my account set up and stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk more about it on the Juiceless podcast. Yeah, Ark is definitely the worst looking game on Switch, but Skyforge isn't too far off, and it runs just as bad. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll go play with. I gotta get the DualSense experience. X gonna give it to you. Yeah, what's up, Lenny? That was a funny comment you left in the last week's podcast. I don't think T can pull out a PS5 controller out of his dimension on Monday, but yeah, I'll give my impressions of the system. And here's the thing I do want to say before I get out of here. I know there's a couple Xbox guys who really hating on Sony every chance they get. Red Knight, I'm just gonna say he hates the PS5. I don't know what the PlayStation did to him, but he hates on it. Muhammad kind of he gives it shit, but I really don't care. I'm going to buy an Xbox and I'm not going to be mad about it. When there's a reason to own a Series X, I'm going to have it and I'm going to be happy to have it. You know, the other thing about PlayStation is I just bought, I think, my 21st physical game, and that makes it's either tied or the most physical games I've ever owned for a system. And I was like, I don't want to have to keep the PS4 Pro around. It's got the backwards compatibility, so these games, some of which I may never go back to, like Yooka-Laylee and The Impossible Lair, but I definitely want to keep playing Immortals. I want to play Uncharted Lost Legacy. I want to do a second playthrough. Love that game. I want to give Days Gone a chance. I want to play Tearaway. I want to maybe check out Dreams. You know, like God of War, running at 60 frames per second with high resolution. I started a second playthrough. I would eventually get to that. I really like that game. Horizon. I want to play that DLC. I was kind of waiting for the PS5. Not that it makes any difference. I don't think it's going to run any different than the PS4 Pro because it was pretty much locked 30. But I just have this library. If I had a big library of Xbox One games like Mizza T, if I had bought a lot of my multi-plats for the Xbox, I would have the Series X right now. I wouldn't even got this. I would have got it and I would have kept it. You know, like I was one person away from having it at launch. And then I went to upgrade my PC. I actually wish that would have happened because I spent a lot of money on this PC and I was like, I don't love sitting down here. I need a better chair probably. I don't love sitting down here gaming, you know. I'd rather be up on my nice OLED and my recliner, you know, like that's how I'd rather be. So when I get the Series X, I'm going to be happy to have it. I'm going to be happy to play Hellblade 2, Forza Horizon 5, if that comes out. If Perfect Dark's good, I'll be happy to play those games. I just don't understand the hatred towards the other companies because you like something. I love DC. Anybody that watched the beginning for 15 minutes, I talked about this Zack Snyder's Justice League. Doesn't mean I can't watch Ant-Man and love Ant-Man. Like, I laugh my ass off. I really like Ant-Man and the Wasp, and a lot of people hate it. I can like Marvel movies and love DC movies. I think Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think, is going to wipe the floor with Avengers Endgame. I think it's just going to make Avengers Endgame look like some silly little Saturday morning made-for-TV movie. Like, that's how I feel. Doesn't mean I didn't like... did I say I meant Endgame? Did I say Endgame? Because I really like Infinity War. I think Infinity War is the best Avengers movie, and it's like top 5 MCU movies for me. Endgame, not so much. I didn't care for Endgame, but I can watch those movies and also love fucking DC. But Wonder Woman 84, not a great movie. I thought I liked it upon the first viewing. I tried watching it again. I started noticing things. Obviously, people were pointing out stuff, and I just like, this movie's trash. Like, the beginning of that movie in the mall is absolute garbage. It's almost unwatchable. So, I don't know. I've always been, I know it's in the middle on the fence guy, but also, shout out to Robert Rule, too. I don't think he watches my streams. He's never been in the chat or anything. We reconnected on Twitter. You know, he had a seizure yesterday, and he's the same age as me, and like really messed up his shoulder and stuff. And so I hope, wish him well. And that's bad news. I mean, A, because he's a friend, and B, because we're the same age. And it's like, you think about when's my time? When could something like that happen to me? You know, it's like, so I just kind of sucks. JL, what do you question mark? Justice League? Zack Snyder? I know it's crazy because on Twitter, the people I follow, it's trending #1 on Twitter. But I know there's just millions of people who have no idea that Zack Snyder's Justice League's coming out on next Thursday, and it's just going to be this most epic thing. It's 4 hours of just, you love it or not, Zack Snyder has a great visual eye. He makes stuff look cool. But the point is, I like a lot of both sides. Musically, like, I love, one of my favorite bands is the Deftones, and they're like hard rock like melodical or what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. Like melody driven, like hard rock with like soft vocals. But I also like absolutely this last couple weeks been just One Republic, just been listening to you nonstop. And they're old, 7, 10, 11 years. I think I saw in some of the videos I was watching. I just been jamming to that. Really like it. I like a lot of Taylor Swift's Reputation album. I think that's freaking awesome. I like a lot of different things. They say eclectic tastes. So my iPod, well, I don't usually iPod that often, but if a 4-hour cut makes that movie better, I mean, it's 4 out of the 4 hours, about 3.5 of it is wasn't in the theatrical cut, so it's like almost all new. But anyway, like I was saying, I like lots of different types of music, and gaming, I don't have as broad of a interest. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here. I'm gonna hook this bitch up. World's second most powerful console, and but Elite controller though, the actual Elite controller. I can't wait to try it out. Hopefully I don't get the stick drift. That would suck, but yeah, I'll let you guys know on Monday. Tune in. And yeah, Captain America Winter Soldier is definitely top tier MCU. The crazy thing is though, when was it? I watched it not that long ago. That whole last sequence on the the helicarrier, it hasn't that part hasn't aged that well for me. The whole fight sequence, and it just doesn't. I didn't like it as much. I like the beginning. I like the spy stuff. I like the revelation about Hydra and stuff. I love that. I love the action scenes, but it gets a little bit muddy. Not visually, but just story and everything just kind of falls apart a little bit at the end for me now. But I still it's probably still the number one. I don't know. I love Ant-Man though. Something about Paul Rudd in that character. It's not the best movie. The villain kind of sucks, but I just really enjoy it. But I think Infinity War, Winter Soldier are pretty neck and neck for me. Both Ant-Man movies are right there. And then maybe I might like, I don't know, Thor Ragnarok. I kind of like. Now I watched it a second time. I bought it on 4K Blu-ray. I think it was like $12 or $10, something like that. And it's fun. But I don't know. It's just they made a lot of movies, and you're gonna find something you like and some you don't like. DC hasn't made as many, but I think anyone who watches Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Cut, the 3-hour cut, and it puts back in all the story plots that make the movie make so much more sense. Lex Luthor's plot, Batman's motivation, Superman's why he doesn't like Batman, all that stuff got added back in. And when they fight Doomsday, I will say, and I keep saying I'm going to get out of here, when they fight Doomsday, and when Wonder Woman jumps in, and you got the Trinity fighting, the music, even before Wonder Woman, to me, that is the best superhero fight sequence out of all superhero movies. It's just so, I don't know, I don't want to just say cool, but it's just shot in such a way that I just, every time I watch it, man, I get chills. And then when when Wonder Woman comes in, didn't know it was going to be, yeah, dude, like what you saw was, they keep saying, some people say 80%, some people say 70%. Josh Whedon came in, and the heads, Jeff Johns and the heads at WB said, we want this to be an MCU movie. And so he came in. Zack Snyder was still directing, and he was throwing out ideas about what they should do. And so he was like, okay, well, maybe he'll have a great idea. And all of a sudden, Zack finds out that Josh Whedon was shooting scenes. Like, while he was doing his stuff. And then his daughter, unfortunately, had some mental issues, and she took her own life. And he thought he was going to try to keep working, and thought that would help him get not get over it, but, keep his mind off it. And then they were like, well, you got to cut this movie down to 2 hours. And he's like, sorry, I'm leaving. And then they told everybody that Zack handpicked Joss Whedon, which was a lie. And then they cut out multiple characters. Cyborg's most of his storyline. They changed. You saw, if you've seen it, Superman with the CG face. All that is all new footage, and they brought him back. That scene's from Zack Snyder's version when he wakes up and he's following the Flash with his eyes. Just about everything else is just jokes and silly stuff, and I think I'm bleeding, all that stuff. And it's like the whole end. Just look at Steppenwolf. Hey, Lenny, are you still here? Maynard's dick. Okay, what up? Let me look at the Steppenwolf design change. Steppenwolf band. Let's see, Josh Whedon versus Zack. I'm sure there's got to be a video. There's got to be something that shows the difference. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate. You had this dude with a helmet. Oh, it's not on the right thing. A lot of ads here. I just wanted to see something that showed. Let me get on YouTube. Because his real design is just like amazing. Here we go. Make this full screen. So this was the theatrical version. And they did all the special effects. Oh, this is the real version. They did all the special effects. Let me play this at slow speed. They finished all the special effects for the reshoots in 5 months. That's odd. So this is bad CGI, and this wasn't even the finished. This was the rough version of him. Look how badass that dude looks. Get out of here. I feel like I want to go even slower. Look at that. This looks like a cartoon. This looks like a video game character. Versus watch all the Disney Marvel movies. I mean, they're fun, but I'll never watch Age of Ultron again. That movie is garbage. I'll never watch Iron Man 3. Still haven't seen it. Never will. Captain Marvel, I'll probably never watch again. I don't mind the first Captain America. It's not terrible, but Civil War, I thought Civil War was... Look at this. Look at this difference, man. I'm sorry, I'm going to go down this again since I got more people here. I got way more people here than when I did my unboxing. Let me go to Twitter. Yeah, the voice. Then you got the actual composer back. So I got to find old Zack Snyder. It's good promotion too. I've heard from very reliable sources that there's already talks just based on the preliminary screenings and the trending on Twitter. There are already talks of possibly continuing his, they call it the Snyderverse, and Grace Randolph, who's an insider, big insider, she says she couldn't say everything, but it's pretty likely some good news is coming. So this is the teaser for Steppenwolf and the Dark Side.
This world will fall,
I mean, he looks like a real threat. Not some.
like all the others.
I mean, there's more emotion in this 58-second clip than
But
anything that happened in Justice League. There's more stakes.
I have turned 100,000 worlds
I'm gonna get flagged again. I should
when
mute
this
this.
world
Like, I don't know, man. I'm a big visuals guy. I'm very conscious of well shot things, but at the same time, I don't let it take me out of the movie. The Flash one's decent. Oops, we gotta mute that. So that was in. And then Grace said that she wants Zack to direct Wonder Woman 3, which I would love, because that's how thrilled she was with Wonder Woman in this movie. But he wouldn't do that. I don't think he would do that. He's too loyal. I don't think he would. He had that happen to him. I don't think he's going to take someone's movie away from him. But HBO Max, I think $70 for 6 months. There's a lot of stuff on there. I'm sounding like an HBO salesman now, HBO Max salesman. There's a lot of freaking content on there. A lot of movies, a lot of shows. I don't really love. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to look like he's cutting through. But Superman's is pretty good. Because he's like, well, they brought me back for a reason. You know, he's like doubtful. And then here he's walking. You see different suits. I don't know if this is the crash, if this is a different ship. I haven't watched Man of Steel in a while. I'm debating whether to rewatch Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. I think the DCU was fine, other than Wonder Woman 84 was kind of lame. I don't mind that they do the little like Joker movie. Like that can be completely separate and be its own thing. I don't mind that. And then this is way better with the dialogue, but and there's going to be a new trailer for Justice League, I think, this weekend. So, anyway, that's the one thing that annoys me. The Marvel movies chronologically are kind of connected, but you can't just throw a 2-minute scene during the credits and say that a movie's connected. Like, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton has nothing to do with anything that happens to the Hulk in any of the other movies. It's not connected. Just because there's an end credit scene with Tony Stark doesn't mean the stories are connected. Because the Hulk, where's Betty or whatever? You know, now he's got him and Black Widow have a thing. Like they're not all connected. You know, yeah, Winter Soldier changes the course of all the other movies with Hydra. But other than that, they're not as connected as people say they are. Some are, but I don't feel like they all are. And Spider-Man Homecoming, what the hell? Yeah, it had Tony Stark's driver, forget his name. That had nothing to do other than some mentions, and Doctor Strange, I think, was in the end scene. I can't remember. And the little end, like, join the Avengers. That storyline is separate. It's a separate movie. It could go away and it wouldn't matter to the Avengers movies. Like, you could just still have him in there in Civil War. So I don't want to get in a rant about that, but I don't hate the MCU. I don't hold them up very high like a lot of people. Disney's probably my least favorite company in the entire world. So yeah, I will not be getting Disney Plus. I just don't like that company. I don't like what they do. I don't like how they've been doing it for longer than Nintendo, way longer than Nintendo. They'll release a movie on VHS, then they'll release it on DVD, Diamond Edition, and then they release it on Blu-ray, and then they'll make it so the DVD is no longer available. So if you want to buy the movie, you have to buy the Blu-ray. And now it's on 4K Blu-ray, and then they put all the movies on Disney Plus, and it's like, and then they charge you $30 to watch Mulan, a remake of the animated movie, on top of having to pay for it. Yeah, I disagree, Lenny. Have you watched Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Cut? Because that's my favorite superhero movie. You don't have to love it, but I think I think a lot of people, a lot of MCU blinders were on people's eyes. The DC movies are different. They're not trying. I keep hearing people say, well, they should have built it up. I might have even said this. They should have built up to the Justice League. Well, if you listen to Zack Snyder, the Justice League was the starting point for these huge plans for Flash, for Aquaman, for Wonder Woman, for Cyborg, for more Justice League movies. They didn't have to do it the same way as Marvel. And it's completely different tone, different style. They're trying to achieve something completely different than Marvel. And I think if you went back and rewatched the DC movies, unless you have recently, I think you're going to find that you're going to have a different opinion. Jeremy Jahns was notorious. He hated Batman vs. Superman. He trashed it. Was it last year during quarantine? He watched the Ultimate Cut because he needed something to review. And he was completely 180'd. He really liked it now. He didn't know if it was just the additional scenes. I think he thought that was most of it. But I think it's just people went into those movies expecting Marvel movies, and that's not what they are. Yeah, Disney probably did do Laserdisc. So I don't know. I just don't like Disney. I don't like Star Wars. What they did to Star Wars. I don't like what. I don't think they did anything to change the Marvel movies. I don't like that they own Fox. I just don't like them. I don't like anything about them. Yeah, watch. I mean, it's not like you're gonna go out and buy Batman vs Superman Ultimate Cut, but if you get HBO Max trial or something, it's 3 hours. And when's the last time you saw it in the theater? Because, like I said, I think a lot of people, enough time has passed. I think people are the Infinity War saga, whatever, ended, and I think people rewatch those movies with new eyes now. And I watched a young kid react to it. WB, you mean? WD. There's this young kid. He was a reactor. He saw the theatrical cut of Batman vs. Superman in 2016. He didn't even remember what happened. When Wonder Woman comes down, he was like, oh, he was pumped, man. Like, he really liked the movie. He said 100% he's going to watch it again. Like, but he didn't think he didn't remember liking it. So I think, I really think if you haven't seen those movies in a while, Aquaman, to me, is probably the weakest one. Wonder Woman 84 is now. But between Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Aquaman, original Wonder Woman, and I would say Aquaman's the weakest. Suicide Squad's not very good. Maybe David Ayer will get a chance to put out his version. Shazam, I didn't really like Shazam, but I know a lot of people did, but I didn't really care for it. And Wonder Woman 84 was pretty bad. Definitely not going to pick that up. And Justice League. So there's not that many movies. The Batman looks promising, but Robert Pattinson, whatever his name is, he stopped working out and he got really skinny, and now they can't finish the movie because he is a bitch. And he talked about it on Twilight, where he was getting a little bit arrogant, and he admitted he made I had a Xbox One S, so I had a 4K Blu-ray player, but now I have this. This is my 4K Blu-ray player now. Aquaman's fun, but it's got some really good moments, but I think they botched Mantis. That scene felt so forced to him, like making a suit and stuff. I think he should have showed up as a teaser at the end or something. I feel like the movie didn't need him, but he could be cool. But it's just kind of botched, and then he just quickly gets a cool sequence, but then he gets beaten, so it is what it is. Everybody likes different things. If I'm going to rank them, it's Batman vs. Superman, Ultimate Edition, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Suicide Squad. Actually, Birds of Prey, then Suicide Squad, then Shazam, then Wonder Woman 84. But my cat's meowing really loud right now, so I'm actually going to get out of here. I've been ignoring her, so. Anyway. Meow. Come here. Come here. No, she's not. She just wants to meow outside the door. Wants me to come up. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll talk to you on Monday. I'll let you know about my my experience with the PS5. Oh, there she is. Come here. She's feeling left out because I haven't petted her much today. She's a good cat, but, you know, she takes second place to gaming. So, anyway, for the last time, we'll see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll talk to you on Monday. Meow.